The Adrian College Sports Network wants you to join us in thanking one of our sponsors, the Carlton Lodge of Adrian. The Carlton Lodge offers a comfortable and convenient lodging experience. Carlton has spacious rooms and suites, fit for a peaceful night's sleep. Their amenities include a hot tub and pool, a 24-hour fitness center, a business center, and much more. A huge thanks to Adrian College's choice of lodging for sponsoring Bulldog Athletics.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Staff, members of the Board of Trustees, friends of Adrian College, and students and friends over in the chapel. It is my great privilege to introduce to you the newest members of the Adrian College family, the incoming class of 2023.
Let us pray. Weaver of dreams and holder of our hopes, as we came together on the mall this afternoon, in that place at the heart of campus life at Adrian College, our hearts came with an eagerness to celebrate all that is possible when the pursuits of truth and the dignity of all people are fostered in hard work, academic study, perseverance, and the courage to risk in the face whatever a day, a season, or even a year might bring. In this time and space, dreams are enfleshed in reality. Students become alumni. And knowledge meets wisdom's light in our common quest to be lifelong learners and servant leaders. While celebrations and gatherings may have been deferred over the past year, dedication, commitment, resolve, and a common desire for growth and truth have met here at Adrian College to see individual lives and indeed our world transformed. As we gather to celebrate this class of 2020, pour upon these graduates your continued blessings, that the light of truth may continue to burn deeply within them as they give witness to a path towards a more just and hope-filled world. Throughout their years of academic rigor, and especially throughout this past year, their fortitude has inspired each of us with a hope that is unfading and never failing as we step out with them into a future filled with possibilities. For faculty, administrators, staff, advisors, mentors, family, and friends who have walked alongside of, supported, pushed, pulled, and nurtured them along this journey, we offer up our deepest gratitude. As young children watch the butterfly emerge from the caterpillar's woven chrysalis, so too we watch with fascination and eager anticipation as these graduates emerge from Adrian College, spread their wings, and take flight to the limitless skies on this beautiful day. May they be borne upon the winds that blow around us, that together with them we might participate in the mystery and the beauty of your creation, to the delight of all and to your greater glory. Amen. Please remain standing as Kristen Boggs Clark sings America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Please be seated. Welcome everyone to this beautiful day of graduation. My name is Patrick Farver, and I am the chairman of the Adrian College Board of Trustees. On behalf of the board, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome everyone to this celebration where we honor and applaud the accomplishments of talented and hardworking students. For 162 years, Adrian has been dedicated to graduating successful, civic-minded individuals who will apply their skills and knowledge to improving our world. As we recognize the class of 2020, we reaffirm the importance of this institution's mission and purpose. I speak today from the special perspective of the chairman of the Board of Trustees, as well as a lifelong resident of the city of Adrian. The trustees are volunteers from many professions and backgrounds who give of their time, talent, and resources because they believe Adrian College is a very special place and provides the kind of education that shapes in positive ways the minds and hearts of young adults. As a parent of 2 children who have graduated from college, I understand the difficulty in sending your child off to pursue the next chapter in their lives and acknowledging they are entering adulthood. As a member of the Board of Trustees, I have firsthand knowledge of the value of an Adrian College education. All of the trustees strive to help make the Adrian College experience world-class in every way and ensure that our graduates are ready to be able to pursue whatever their dreams may be. It is therefore with a sense of special pride that I congratulate the class of 2020 on a job well done. And I also congratulate and thank all of the parents, family members, faculty, staff, and friends who have helped and mentored these students along the way. This is your day also. Congratulations. I am now pleased to introduce the 17th president of Adrian College, Dr. Jeffrey R. Docking.
Before I give my prepared remarks, students, I just have to say, welcome home. It is so great to see all of you. We are so happy that you came back. You did it. Outstanding, way to go. Let's give it up for these young people. Your day has come. We didn't know whether this would happen, right? But it did. We're incredibly happy, and you're an incredibly special group. Chairman Farber, today does indeed mark an extraordinary milestone in the lives of these wonderful young people. Students, those of us on this stage join your families in expressing how proud we are of all of you on this graduation day. You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment. My hope is that this wonderful journey, the past 5 years, has helped you discover your innate talents, made you aware that the most fulfilling life is found in doing good works and serving others, and that happiness is found at the intersection of that hard work, ability, talent, and the ingredients that fuel passions and purpose in each of us and in each of you. May your lifelong commitment to learning extend far beyond walking across this stage today. Believe me when I tell you, I congratulate all of you on a job well done. You're a special group. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Docking. It is now my pleasure to welcome the student address speaker, Miss Catherine Kirstein. Catherine is the daughter of Meg and Rick Kirstein and is a native of Gorham, Maine. Catherine is graduating with her Bachelor's of Arts and a triple major in political science, religion, and philosophy. While attending Adrian, Catherine was a member of Adrian College Honor Program, the Pi Sigma Alpha Political Science Honor Society, and the Theta Phi Theater Honor Society. Additionally, she was a resident assistant, member of the varsity intercollegiate figure skating team, and co-captain of the varsity open college synchronized skating team. Currently, she works as a benefits administrator, handling long-term disability claims, but plans to attend law school after a period of hands-on experience in a professional environment. Welcome, Catherine.
Family, friends, fellow graduates, and esteemed guests. I'm incredibly honored to be representing Adrian College, as well as the rest of my peers graduating today. I'm a member of the honors program at Adrian College and have been for the past 3 years. The honors program embodies the intersection of the Ribbons of Excellence and academia itself at Adrian College. The Ribbons of Excellence works as a catalyst for interdisciplinary work, and when combined with academia, creates the opportunities for students to challenge and grow their knowledge in various fields. When choosing which one-credit honors classes to take, I, like most students, chose classes I knew I would probably get a good grade in and have fun in. Courses like Sapiens, A History of Us, On BS, or even Surviving the Zombie Apocalypse were the cherry on top of our regular academic schedule. It was, at least for me, like my favorite afternoon book club, with friends that weren't in my regular classes and subjects that were intriguing and new. While I enjoyed the classes in the moment, in light of the last year, the classes have taken on a whole new meaning to me. Instead of these classes just being a stepping stone to graduation, they really were a way to prepare myself for what could be. In the Advanced Honors Colloquium course offered by Dr. Bartley in 2018, what really was a book club, we explored 3 different topics in the history of science and medicine. We debated the ethics of gene testing and the life of Henrietta Lacks, the usage and right to mandated vaccinations, and finally, the proposed 6th extinction of the human race we're currently living in. While this class was offered in 2018, and my roommate and I still joke about the fun we have in it, looking back, I'm more thankful for this one class than most of my other favorite classes. What makes me thankful for this class was that it was offered to educate and challenge us on issues that are relevant to society, but not really relevant to us at that moment. The possibility of a pandemic wasn't even on our radar at that point, and most of our conversations were hypothetical in nature. Regardless, the class educated us on something that was yet to come. What really mattered in the course was what we took at the challenge at hand, even if unknowingly, for our future. We've all employed one, if not all, of the Ribbons of Excellence during our time at Adrian College. The past year that we've been away from school has been a testament to the impact of a culture curated by these ribbons. We're caring for humanity, thinking critically, crossing boundaries and disciplines, developing creativity, and especially learning throughout and for our lifetime right now. We've been privileged enough to be given an environment where these values are present, but we've also had the opportunity to learn how to elevate them to a greater degree in our lives post-graduation. Learning is about how we become good people, coming to understand how we as individuals help the world around us, and further, what we can do to learn and what we can be used to improve our future. I urge you to look back on these past 4 years and ask yourself, what have I learned in the past year that has prepared me for the reality of today, and what experiences can I share with those around me to improve our collective future? When I've asked myself these questions, the 2 words that keep coming to mind are diligence and kindness. To be diligent to the ones that I know and bring kindness to the ones that I don't. If I've learned anything in this last year, it's that these 2 qualities can be life-changing to those who practice them, and their absence is felt in the hardest of times. Even when I don't think I can learn anything new or I'm in my day-to-day life, I know that I want to be a source of these qualities. This is what my experience has taught me. What have you learned from yours? Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Today, Adrian College is once again honoring an outstanding member of its faculty by inducting them into the Faculty Hall of Fame. We seek nominations of faculty with 10 years experience or retired with emeritus status who are outstanding teachers with stellar scholarly accomplishments and who embody our ribbons of excellence. The winner is enshrined with a photo in Shipman Library and a plaque noting their accomplishments placed nearby. The gallery of the Faculty Hall of Fame lines the pillars in this important academic space. It is my deepest honor to introduce this year's Faculty Hall of Fame Award winner, Professor Patrick Quinlan. Professor Quinlan was a full-time member of the business faculty for 38 years, teaching in the marketing curriculum. During those years, he served as the chairman of his department and served the faculty union, ACAP, in a number of leadership roles, including president. He was our American Advertising Federation chapter faculty advisor, where he was responsible for preparing the Adrian College chapter for participation in the National Student Advertising Competition. Professor Quinlan mentored numerous students presenting work at Adrian College's Ribbons of Excellence Day. He has also partnered with students providing assistance to local organizations, including Goodwill Industries, ProMedica, and the Catherine Cobb Domestic Violence Shelter. And he also acted as the faculty advisor and bus driver for the equestrian team for 2 years when no one else would, and lived to tell about it. He has a special interest in the marketing research area, having published and presented on the marketing research topics in both academic and practitioner forums. He holds both MBA and JD degrees, as well as professional researcher certification from the Insights Association, and has been a longtime member of the Qualitative Research Consultants Association, where he has written course material for use by members. Along the way, he has been honored with our Exemplary Teaching Award, the Alumni Association, Honorary Bulldog Award, and the Siena Heights University McNair Scholars Program Mentor of the Year. And he recently received Professor Emeritus status from Adrian College. Along with Bill Bachman, Doris DeLespinazi, and Don Kleinsmith has had a business student scholarship created in his honor, the BDKQ Scholarship, championed by BOT member Gina Valentino, a former student. He counts himself blessed to have had numerous children of former students in his classes and as academic advisees. Please join me in congratulating Professor Patrick Quinlan, our 2021 Faculty Hall of Fame Award recipient.
Thank you for those kind words, Dr. Milner. I think that when you receive this award, as Dr. Milner did say, you have your picture taken, and that is placed in the library along with the other faculty, people who have received this great honor. Well, my photo needs to be a group photo, and it should include all my faculty colleagues who have mentored and inspired and provided examples of what a good faculty member should be as I progress through my career. And of course, it should include all the students I've had the privilege to teach, who survived my off days, and of course my not so perfect handwriting, which they would tell you was pretty much every day. And it has to include the many administrative, plan, and custodial folks, especially those in Jones Hall, that keep this campus so beautiful and functioning so well. And of course, it must include the college leadership who entrusted me with the responsibility of teaching these wonderful students and the privilege that we've always had here. And one of the constants of my years here on the faculty has been the quality and the goodness of the students that we attract here. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty large photo, and I'll be sure to let you know when picture day is in advance so we can all schedule our hair and nail appointments accordingly. I'm so very grateful for this honor, but even more grateful for all of the people in that photo that really made it possible. Enjoy this wonderful day. It sure was a long time coming, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Thank you.
Now it is my privilege and honor to welcome Dr. Jeffrey R. Docking as our commencement speaker this afternoon. Dr. Jeffrey R. Docking began his work as the 17th president of Adrian College on July 1st, 2005. Since that time, the college has more than doubled in enrollment, greatly expanded the endowment, and raised the academic profile of incoming students in nearly every important benchmark category. Under his leadership, Adrian College has invested significant revenue in the local community, including over $100 million in new construction and nearly 100 new jobs, increasing faculty positions from 63 to 93 and grown the first-year class to over 600 students. President Docking has served as the chair of the NCAA President's Council, the ACE Fellows Program Board, the Michigan Colleges Alliance, and several other boards. President Docking is asked to speak often about his book, Crisis in Higher Education, a plan to save small liberal arts colleges in America. He has testified to the Education and Workforce Committees for the United States Congress and to various committees of the Michigan Legislature. President Docking holds a PhD in ethics from Boston University and wrote his dissertation on the works of Martin Luther King, Jr. Please join me in welcoming President Jeffrey R. Docking.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I said, students, welcome back. Words really can't express how much we care about all of you and how pleased we are that you decided to celebrate this day with your families. The title of this commencement address, The Blessing and the Curse of Disappointment, is the same title I will use for tomorrow's speech to celebrate the winter and spring classes of this year's graduating classes. But they are not the same speech, because although you endured the same global pandemic, the pandemic impacted your senior year very differently. Your senior year effectively ended on March 12, 2020, when COVID erupted across this planet and neither the greatest scientists known to humankind or millions of others knew how to deal with it. To refresh your memory with a brief glance back, when this started, we were initially told by the greatest experts, and I quote here, "This will pass quickly. This will not be much more than the flu. Masks will not help. Even if there is a rare asymptomatic person that might transmit, an epidemic is not driven by asymptomatic carriers." And my very favorite, and again I quote, "Right now, at this moment, there is no need to change anything that you are doing on a day-to-day basis." But we quickly learned that it was much more than that. And we went from barely following the news coming out of China to washing our groceries, dodging hugs from even our closest family members, and watching unimaginable scenes on television of hospital rooms bursting at the seams with intubated patients. And the scenes were frightening. The sense of unease and anxiety across our land eclipsed anything any of us have ever known in our lifetimes. And in the midst of all of this, of course, was you. College students, trying to do the right thing, earn a college or graduate degree, to make good decisions that would launch you into a career and a happier life, and being met day after day, month after month with disappointments. Graduation ceremonies gone. Student study abroad experiences, forget it. Internships, poof, summer jobs never allowed to start, and vacations with loved ones canceled, and on and on and on. It was disappointing. So what do we do with this? What do we do with a year filled with disappointment, sadness, and tears? Well, I would suggest to you today that all we can do as people who clearly value education is to learn and understand and grow and change and try to be better for having gone through all of this. And so today I would like to propose just three learnings that I hope you can take from this unimaginable year. The first lesson is that you've proven you're tough. This may seem obvious, even a simple lesson, but you should own it in a proud way. How you handled what you just went through. You can take a punch. You're resilient. You're determined. You get off the mat, which is proven today by virtue of the fact that you are here. You finished your studies to earn a degree. You didn't deserve this mess. You didn't do something that brought it on. It was foisted on you like a car wreck that wasn't your fault. And you stumbled away, probably dizzy at times and a bit battered, but determined to get your footing and get on with your lives. And by your presence here today, it proves that you have. Now, being tough is no small thing. To be a leader, you need to be tough. To be successful, you need to be tough. And to bring positive change, you need to be tough. The forces of weakness and mediocrity and opposition are everywhere, and you're going to need to be tough to overcome them throughout your life. But you've answered the question, are you tough, at a very young age? And you powered through this global pandemic, and for goodness sakes, you're here. Own it and be proud. To be honest with you, students, on a very personal level, even before the pandemic, I got upset when people said that your generation was soft, pampered, or entitled. I didn't believe it then, and I certainly don't believe it now. Now that I've seen the way your class responded to the past year. The curse of disappointment was certainly upon you, and I'm sure there were times when you said there is no silver lining in this dark cloud, but you powered through. And I want you to know that not one time over the past 14 months did I get one email from anybody in your class, one letter, one student stopping in, whining, poor me, or I'm a victim. You've been an unbelievable blessing to this college during this curse of disappointment. The second lesson, a blessing that you can take from this disappointment, I will articulate through a brief true story that I experienced on this campus a number of years ago. It was a cold day in February. We've all been through them here. Snow, slush, clouds right above your head, spray. We're just walking to class was really tough. And I was sitting in my office looking out the window, and I realized, holy smokes, I'm late for a meeting. I ran out of my office, I ran to my car. I think many of you know where I park, right next to Kane. And I started peeling out to get to William Street, and I noticed, out of the corner of my eye, a young student just beginning to walk across the driveway. She was walking slowly, very, very slowly, because she had to. She had physical challenges. I don't know what they were, it doesn't matter. But she sort of dragged her legs very slowly. I'd seen this girl on campus for many years, and I had felt bad for her. But I will admit to you that I was still really anxious about my meeting. This is going to take longer than expected, I thought. And she walked, and I waited and waited. And when she reached about the halfway point of the driveway, so I could get out onto William Street, she did something that I did not expect. When the wind was hitting her face and slush was washing over her cute shoes, I still remember that. She stopped halfway and she looked over at me and she smiled. She smiled one of the warmest and most genuine smiles I've seen since I've been here. Here was this young student who will see challenges and had seen challenges that I would never face, challenges to simply walk, to fit in, someday to find a spouse who could look beyond those challenges, to fall in love with her, smiling at me as I wallowed in the misguided importance of a meeting. I felt dumb, and I was dumb. And at that moment, I was reminded of the importance of perspective. And herein lies the second lesson from today, perspective. How often we think and care about things that don't really matter in the wider scheme of things. I hope this year has pushed you and encouraged you to think about things that matter. I hope at times this year you have found blessings like perspective in the midst of disappointment. The ability to smile even when commencements are delayed, not canceled, delayed. When senior year is spent taking classes at home online with friends, when graduation parties, senior trips, and so many other things were canceled. I hope it pushed you to appreciate the little things that perhaps before we took for granted. You have life. We have life. And life is good. And so many lost life this year, but we have life. And we should celebrate that. You know, Viktor Frankl was a man who lost his entire family in German concentration camps, who himself was an Auschwitz survivor. And he said, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. And a more contemporary writer, Esther Perel, said, Frankl saw that we must stay in touch with aliveness, even in the loss and sadness of grief. I hope that you will celebrate aliveness today and keep it at the center of your life, even when you walk through your own slush. I hope you can keep perspective on all that is important. The final lesson, and the third lesson, involves America itself and the country that we live and sit here today in. Over the past year, while stuck at home, we've watched cities burn. We've watched a black man suffocate under the knee of a bad cop. We've watched historic monuments tumble. We've watched the trashing of the United States Capitol. And we've listened to the bitter words of division being thrown like grenades from all sides of society. We have seen social disruption like no other time in our lifetime. And yet, even in the midst of this upheaval, I hope that you can continue to love America with all of her imperfections, with all of her challenges, and all the ways that we fall short at times, to live up to our founding fathers. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. But we do fall short. We are not perfect. We will never be perfect. But we are still a great country, filled with great people like you. Great people who care about each other and the wider world around us. Let us never lose sight, students. When the world wanted a vaccine, they looked to America. When the world wanted supply lines and doctors and scientists and leadership to overcome this horrible pandemic, they looked to America. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever let negative people who appear at times to see little good in America cause you to gratuitously put down our country. Positivity surrounds each one of us every morning when we roll out of bed. From the beautiful Rocky Mountains of Colorado to the sunlit beaches of Florida and California, we live in a beautiful and good land. We have military heroes to protect our shores. We have food. We have medicine. This land is filled with good people, not bad people, despite what you may hear at times. And my experience has been that most people are good. They want the best for others. They hurt when others hurt. They celebrate success, even when it's not theirs. We're surrounded by caring, kind, and generous people. Believe in the goodness of others. If you don't believe me, listen to the words of Anne Frank, another person who lost her life in the Holocaust. Shortly before she died, she said in her diary, in spite of everything that's happened, I still believe that people are really good at heart. I simply can't build my hopes on a foundation consisting of confusion, misery, and death. If Anne Frank and Viktor Frankl can see good in this world as they face the circumstances that they face, so too can we, even after going through the past year. So go forth with optimism, and don't let circumstances beyond your control bring you down. Keep your youthful optimism on life. There certainly are more disappointments ahead, God willing, none like the one we just went through, but disappointments nonetheless. And there may even be days, students, when you say, I'm out of the lemonade business. I'm no longer making lemonade out of lemons. And that's real and that's okay. But only for a short time. And I'll end with the thoughts of someone who still found measures of hope and good and blessings in the midst of incredible sadness and disappointment in his own family. When Senator Ted Kennedy lost his brother Bobby to an assassin's bullet in 1968, he stepped to the pulpit at his brother's funeral and said, despite everything that has led to this tragedy, please still remember my brother as simply a good and decent man, one who saw wrong and tried to right it, one who saw suffering and tried to heal it, one who saw war and tried to stop it. Even in his darkest hours, as his brother's life was snuffed out, he still found the blessing of a life well lived. You too will have the opportunity, students, to do all of these things in your life, to right wrongs, to heal suffering, to end wars. And if this past year has taught you anything, it should be that you have the ability to persevere and accomplish all of these things, as you will today when you walk across this stage to accept your diploma. Your family joins me, joins all of us on this stage in celebrating what you have done. We congratulate you, God bless you, and God bless Adrian College. Thank you.
Thank you, President Docking. This part of commencement is considered one of the most important traditions at Adrian College, dating back to 1875, when seniors presented a shepherd's cane to the junior class as a symbol of achievement and transfer of power. In 1891, graduating classes began tying an inscribed ribbon with graduates' names onto the cane. This is the inspiration for the academic vision at Adrian College known as the Ribbons of Excellence. In 1991, we incorporated the current ceremony into commencement exercises. It is my pleasure to present this year's cane ceremony participants. Ashley Johns, 2020 Senior Class President. Caitlin Church, 2020 Senior Class Vice President. Lindsay Branscombe, 2021 Senior Class President. And Kelly Lansell, 2021 Senior Class Vice President.
President Docking, on behalf of the class of 2020, we have chosen our class gift to fund the outdoor art statue on campus, located near the Commencement Plaza. In recognition of the class of 2020 went through with the COVID-19 pandemic, each graduate's name will be adored on the special recognition plaque. The class of 2020 believes that this new addition to our already beautiful campus will create more opportunities for connection, enjoyment in the years to come for hundreds of students, faculty, staff, alumni, and guests. Now I hand the President Docking and shake his hand.
Students, I'm grateful for this thoughtful idea of recognition here at Adrian College. It is my hope that this gift will bring enjoyment to our community and to Adrian students for generations to come. Thank you.
The Shepherd's Cane, a symbolic to leadership, is our link to our past, for it bears the colors and the names of the past Adrian College graduates. We are proud to join them by attaching the colors of the class of 2020. I don't see the ribbon, guys, either. Is this it? I'll go to there. We now entrust this heritage to the class of 2021, represented by Senior Class President Lindsay and Vice President Kelly, and witnesses by the day honored graduates, students, faculty, staff, families, and guests.
Thank you. The class of 2021 accepts this symbol of leadership and the responsibility to live up to the ideals represented by the Ribbons of Excellence. We extend our congratulations to the graduating seniors and wish them Godspeed in the years ahead.
Back to their seats.
Thank you, ladies. And now I am pleased to introduce a very special part of the commencement exercise, a letter to parents and family read by a graduating senior. As we all know, the journey through college is one fraught with excitement and doubt, fun, challenge, hesitation, fear, and ultimately triumph through the granting of degrees today. We know that today would never have arrived for most of the graduates without you, their parents supporting them along the long road of undergraduate education. Parents and other family members, such as spouses and children, play such a crucial role in their students' journey through college. We feel it is appropriate to select a student to speak on behalf of their classmates to express this appreciation for all you have done on their journey. Today's letter is being read by Ms. Teresa Horowitz. Teresa is the daughter of Jonathan and Arthur Horowitz and is a native of Clarkston, Michigan. Teresa has graduated with her bachelor's in English with a double minor in journalism and music. Among her accomplishments at Adrian College, Teresa was a member of 3 academic honor societies, head editor of the College World newspaper, as well as Oxcart, the literary magazine on campus. She was drum major for the Adrian College Marching Band and member and president of Delta Nu Kappa sorority. Teresa plans on going to graduate school to further her education and English. Teresa Horowitz.
Dear parents, family, and friends, we would like to start off this letter by saying thank you for bringing us into this world. It is because of you that we have had the opportunity to do so many interesting things, and in particular, the chance of graduating from Adrian College. Ever since we were young, you have shown us what it's like to receive unconditional love and support. Because of this love and support, you empowered us to try anything we wanted to do. At this point in our lives, we graduates here today are considered adults. Yes, maybe sometimes we don't completely act like it, but that's part of the transition to adulthood, right? As we're growing up, We're realizing how much you've done for us, and for that, we truly thank you, something we may not have done very well so far. Thank you for telling us that we are capable, for giving us the support we needed to build a dream worthy of chasing, for believing that we have the talent to reach our goals. Thank you for spending what seemed like never-ending hours so many nights to teach us things like math. After all your efforts, we kind of sort of got it. Thank you for coaching us from the sidelines before, during, and after each game. Because of you, we figured out what it is like to play a good game and celebrate a bad game. Thank you for making us realize that we are worth everything in this world, that we deserve to be treated with dignity, and that we should never settle for less than what we deserve. You taught us to not back down from a bully. You gave us a shoulder to cry on when someone broke our hearts. You let us know that our world wasn't crashing down around us, as much as we may have believed it was at the time. Thank you for being our biggest fan and cheering us on regardless of how well we did. Thank you for keeping us safe and sane during this time of chaos and fear. After being in a pandemic for over a year now, it was you, Mom and Dad, who taught us that it's okay to be scared and lonely. You taught us that it's okay to be vulnerable and to worry about what's going to happen next. Thank you for being there for us, telling us we're going to get through this together, that we are not alone. It was with your help that we have been able to stay safe during this chaotic time. You allowed us to express our fears and still give us your unconditional love and support, no matter how annoyed you got with us. Author L.R. Noss once wrote, "The world will hurt, disappoint, and disillusion our children through the years, no doubt. The brief season of childhood is a time to strengthen our children with our guidance, support, and unconditional love. True strength is forged in gentleness, guided by wisdom, and steeped in peace. So thank you, parents, family, and friends, for showing us true love in its rarest form, what it feels like, and how it can extend beyond life's obstacles and challenges. Your unconditional love and support has helped guide us to where we are today. Without you, we would be a mere shadow of the person we have become and continue to strive to be. Words alone cannot express our appreciation, but hopefully this is a good start. We owe you one. Much love, the graduating class of 2020.
Thank you, Teresa. Today, we are proud to confer Master of Science and Master of Art degrees to 11 deserving and accomplished students in athletic training, accountancy, criminal justice, and sport management. Will all the graduate students please rise? Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for graduate degrees to you at this time. Each candidate has completed all the requirements of the Master of Science and Master of Art degree as specified by Adrian College.
By the authority vested in the office of the President, by the Board of Trustees at Adrian College, I hereby confer upon these candidates the degree of Master of Science in Accountancy, Master of Science in Athletic Training, Master of Arts in Sport Management, and Master of Art in Criminal Justice, with all of the attendant rights, privileges, responsibilities, and honors.
Will the graduates please come forward to be hooded by Vice President Milner? The graduate will then receive their diploma and congratulations from President Docking. Graduates, when greeted by President Docking and Dr. Milner, you may decide on a head nod, a fist bump, or a handshake. Hand sanitizer is available on either side of the stage. Brittany Lee Archambault. Brianna Lynn Chamberlain. Christian Alexander Duell. Elise Renee Kresge. Scott Matthew Matern. Dakota Rain Morgan. Jolene Florence Pangani. Andrew John Skibsky. Gabrielle M. Van Antwerp. Catherine Sharon Wolak. Courtney Chanel Young.
Please give these students a well-deserved round of applause. Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees please rise? Mr. President, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for baccalaureate degrees to you at this time. Each candidate has successfully completed all requirements for the appropriate degree as specified by Adrian College.
By the authority vested in the office of the President by the Board of Trustees at Adrian College, I hereby confer upon those candidates who have completed their requirements the degrees Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Music Education, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Social Work, with all of the attendant rights, privileges, responsibilities, and honors. Will the graduates and the candidates please be seated?
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates and candidates will now receive their diploma from President Docking, a gift from the Alumni Association, and have a chance to pet the college mascot Bruiser for good luck. We are happy also to allow faculty and staff members to present their diploma with President Docking. Students, after you receive your diploma, please turn your tassel from right to left, signifying graduate status. If the families of the candidates are present, We ask that you stand as your graduate receives their diploma. Caitlin Elizabeth Alich, summa cum laude. Emily Janet Archer, cum laude. Hannah Marta Arnston, magna cum laude. Stephanie Elizabeth Arsenault, summa cum laude. Bailey Andrew Alt, summa cum laude. Sydney Claire Babcock, magna cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Sharian Bagara. Michael Jeffrey Barrett. Riley Joe Bates. Marissa Renee Beckman. Daniel Thomas Bell, Jr. Elena Quinn Bishop, cum laude. Sarah Emmeline Bittorf, summa cum laude. Santonio Maurice Bright Mitchell. Spencer D. Brown, summa cum laude. Lillian Malloy Bruckman, summa cum laude. Brianna Nicole Buchanan, summa cum laude. Madison Michaela Buddy, summa cum laude. Nicole Charlotte Buddy. Victoria Jean Buddy. Hunter Douglas Casebolt. Jared Scott Caudill, cum laude. David Michael Chavez, Jr.
Caitlin Marie Church, cum laude. Megan Allison Coleman. Zachary Kevin Combs. Jordan Michael Connon. Abby Nicole Coogan, summa cum laude. Allison Corcoran, magna cum laude. Isaac Marshall Cox, summa cum laude. Madeline Marie Croft. Samantha Aaron Cyrus. Isaiah Alexander Dane. Nolan Anthony Duda, summa cum laude. Emily Jane DuPont. Cassidy Grace Dias, cum laude. Bethany Suzanne Zekan, summa cum laude. Mara Jane Eason, cum laude. Molly Sue Essayan. Caroline V. Fleming, summa cum laude. Austin Lucky Fote. Margaret R. Foss, summa cum laude. Laura M. Francoeur. Mark Anthony Fratarcangeli, summa cum laude. Jordan Nathaniel Fuchs, summa cum laude. Megan M. Perez, magna cum laude. Alan John Gibson, summa cum laude. Madison F. Gould. Philip M. Grippy, summa cum laude. Alexis Nicole Grundon. Nicole Gugliardo, summa cum laude. Hunter Lane Ham. Jake W. Hansen. Samantha Lynn Henwood, summa cum laude. Tyler Denise Hodges. Teresa Rose Horowitz, summa cum laude. Stacy Houghton. Emmy Iwao, magna cum laude. Ashley Marcella Johns, magna cum laude. Christina Rose Jonice, summa cum laude. Michaela Rose Jorgensen, cum laude. Candace N. Cars Mulholland. Trevor Kalinowski. Jeremy Muntambao Kalanogi. Tara Elizabeth Kazubowski, summa cum laude. Emily Nicole Kaiser, summa cum laude. Renee Lee Kemp. Jack Henry Colches. Blake R. Kiekenap, summa cum laude. Megan K. Killap. Catherine Grace Kirstein, summa cum laude.
Brendan Jeffrey Kuzul, summa cum laude. Casey Joy Labrenz. Jacob Michael Land. Spencer Joseph Lash, summa cum laude. Abby Lynn Lafever, cum laude. Brittany Rose LaAvser, summa cum laude. Michaela Lorenzo. Jaden Majewski. Julia Ann Maltby. Alexandria Ray McCarty. Maya Simone McKinney. Daniel Ross McMichael, magna cum laude. It's all right. We'll get it for you. Brett Marilat. Good job. Good job. Margaret Gail Mitter, magna cum laude. Brandon James Moody, magna cum laude.
Dominic M. Moore. Juliana Elise Moore. Jenna R. Marino, magna cum laude. Taylor Marie Mersek. Will Joseph Nash. Alexandra O'Bricky. Miguel Angel Osario II. Kelly Marie O'Sullivan. Charlie J. Penn, magna cum laude. Haley Joy Petrowski. Bradley Russell Pfister. Jennifer Nicole Phillips. Samantha M. Pitson. Megan Nicole Persa, magna cum laude. Calvin Roy Raker. Colton Lee Randall. Emmanuel Zion Henry Rankin. Tristan Bricky Richardson. Sabrina M. Rowe, co-presented by Jana D'Amico. Dayton Kevin Rush. Joshua K. Saggio. Justin Lee Sainholtz. Michaela Autumn Shaloff. Brandon Michael Schultz, magna cum laude. Nicholas Andrew Sears, summa cum laude. Julia Elise Smith. Violet K. Smith. Anna Michaela Soltis, magna cum laude. Kayla Vanda Sovereign, summa cum laude. Savannah Rose Spindleman, magna cum laude. Justin S. Stagerda, summa cum laude. James Robert Stewart. Jordan Ann Stone, magna cum laude. Brooke Lynn Simons, cum laude. Brooke Christine Teska, summa cum laude. Carly Vaughn Thomas, summa cum laude. Kayla Glenn Thompson, summa cum laude. Nathan John Waterbury, cum laude. Miles Eugene Westerhoff, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Victoria White. Tanner DeLoss Wilcox. Jordan Christopher Williams. Lindsay Ann Wingfield, cum laude. Brady David Wood. Ariana Rochelle Woodrow. Alexa Rebecca Wikinski, cum laude.
Everyone, let's please congratulate the graduates with a well-deserved round of applause. Graduates, there are many people who have helped you arrive at this point in your lives today. This is the appropriate time for you to thank them. Will the graduates please rise and with a round of applause recognize your family members and friends who have helped you along the way. Students, please remove your tassels. And I think the wind might help us out a little bit with this today, but on the count of 3, you're going to throw your mortar in celebration of your accomplishment. 1, 2, 3. All right. Next, we will be singing the alma mater and receiving the benediction. After that, the faculty and students will recess, celebrating the tradition of the faculty gauntlet, which permits students and faculty to offer expressions of thanks and farewell. A reception for our graduates will be held on the terrace just over in front of Kane Student Center. All guests of our graduates and the Adrian College faculty and staff are welcome to attend. Will the audience please rise and join us in singing the alma mater? You will find the words to the alma mater in your programs on page 37. Please remain standing after the alma mater for the benediction. Thank you.
Alma mater, wise and glorious, shrine of light and home of truth, over fate and trials victorious, crowned with eternal youth, boast of son and pride of daughter, loved by all who know thy lore. Dear old Adrian, alma mater, God be with thee evermore.
One late night about 25 years ago, I sat on a bench on the mall in the shadow of the bell tower, a sketchbook in my hand, taking note of how the light fell across the trees and objects that were all up and down the mall. I was doing it for a lighting and scene design class that I was taking in the theater department. I wasn't much of an artist, but I was fascinated at the combination of light and shadows that were created there in that space that night, how objects impacted one another on the mall in this sacred place. About 6 years ago, I found myself walking on a pilgrimage in northern Spain early one morning. Just as the sun was coming up over the mountains behind me, and in a matter of moments, I saw my shadow stretch from maybe a foot or two before me to several yards upon the way in front of me, as the sun continued to rise up and shine down upon me, lighting my way but extending my reach as well. And in those moments, I realized how the light shined upon me and also impacted everything else around. As you leave these hallowed halls and once more walk through that life-filled mall, may God continue to shine the light of truth upon you, that your way may be clear and your heart may be full. May you never lose the fascination and wonder at how light falls on all of life around you. May your shadow blanket the path ahead of you and extend your reach of compassion. And by God's grace, may you bring the light of hope and love when days turn to nights, that together we may shine forth the brightness of a new day dawning. Amen. And now the bell tower will toll 20 times for the class of 2020.
forget about the alma mater for tomorrow, so let's be prepared. Let's go about 15 or 20 feet into the under the bleachers area with the music stands. Leave the clothespins on the stands. Fasten them to the sides of the stands. Rack the stands. Let's put the chairs under there as well. It's also okay to put the chimes under there, but the rest